Alright, yo, what's happening? Smoking with Tuto. Sitting next to me, introduce yourself to the camera.
How you guys doing? I'm Slade Hearts, and I'm a music producer from Manchester, New Hampshire.
Alright, how long have you been producing for?
For about 10 years or so.
Okay, and what is like your sound, if you had to like grab it?
Describe it? I would say like a dark R&B, but I don't really put myself into a box. I can do all genres, all vibes, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So what were some of your influences growing up? Like, who'd you listen a lot to?
I listened to a lot of Kanye, Pharrell, R&B, Keisha Cole, Mariah Carey, stuff like that.
Okay. How'd you come across like those artists? Was that just like what you was listening like around you? Or?
Yeah, it was like my environment. My mom listened to a lot of R&B, and my uncle listened to like a lot of like Kanye, Pharrell, old stuff, Tupac, stuff like that.
And what kind of things have you been working on as of late?
As of lately?
Yeah.
I've been making more like, I say, alternative stuff, indie pop, R&B, different kind of vibes, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of placements have you been, like what artists have you been working with?
As of recently,
yeah.
I've been working with a lot of artists. I just kind of waiting for stuff to come out. I mean, you can work with songwriters and stuff like that, and they'll cut to your records, and then they'll send them out for placements.
Yeah.
So, I send stuff out for, Kanye. I send stuff out for, different types of artists that may, they may need something. It just, whatever fits, for the artist.
Is producing like the primary thing you do, or is there like anything else that you see yourself doing in the future, like movies or something like that?
Besides from producing, I do see myself stepping into the fashion world.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's just something that could be elevated as well. I feel like that's a good reflection of music as well.
Okay, and what kind of like fashion do you fuck with?
I fuck with some of the new Louis Vuitton collections. I fuck with this new brand coming out called Filthy.
Okay.
I seen like Lil Yachty wearing them a lot, so yeah.
Okay, and in terms of the fashion, like what kind of events have you been to for that?
I haven't been to any events at all, but my brother, he's a photographer. He takes photos for a lot of like models, or he's at Fashion Week events and stuff like that. So I feel like I just have a good influence around me. I haven't been to anything personally, maybe in the future sometime, but yeah.
What kind of fit is this right now?
This is just some basic ass fit, really, to be honest. Got it on Boohoo, man, you know what I'm saying?
You said Boohoo? What's that?
It's like some just website where they got like big and tall clothing, because I'm a big guy, so it's like just trying to get clothing sometimes is like, it'd be hard, so. I
be saying that same thing. Like my name is Too Tall, right? And my mama used to like have to get me like custom jeans because I was like so tall and skinny and shit. So like everything, if I went to big and tall and shit, waist would be mad big, but like the length would be perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
But if I went the other way, now I look like I got like high waters. Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
I wonder if there should be like a brand or like some type of fashion designer with that type of body type in mind.
Yeah. I had an idea, like making clothing, obviously, for like big and tall people like myself.
Yeah.
But also, it would fit naturally. It wouldn't feel like too baggy or too, you know what I'm saying. It'd be perfect for you. So hopefully something later down the line, I could come up with something. Maybe find a good factory and some designers, to work with.
Yeah. So what do you do in your free time? How do you like decompress at the end of the day?
Watching movies, playing video games, hanging out with friends. Just simple, really. I had to keep my life very simple.
What kind of movies you fuck with?
Let's see. I like that new Pharrell movie that came out.
There's a Pharrell movie?
The documentary is called like Piece by Piece.
Okay.
So I really like that one. That was very inspiring. That was a good movie I watched recently. That I really don't remember. I probably watching like Scarface or like the classics, just like the nostalgia and the vibes.
Okay, so more like action. Do you have a favorite director or anything?
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah.
He's. I feel like he's one of the best, honestly. As a director, he's very raw. I say.
What's your favorite Tarantino movie?
It's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and I think it's Brad Pitt. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you look it up, those two actors, you'll find the movie. It's like they're like. I think they reenacted an event that happened in Hollywood, and it was a massacre or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
There was like a newer one, right?
Yeah, newer one, yeah.
Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
So, I peeped that one. That one was good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I've always been a personal fan of Charlie Kaufman. You ever heard of him?
I haven't heard of him.
You ever heard of that Netflix movie? I'm thinking of Ending Things. All at Once or something?
I think so. I think I've seen it pop up on my list, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Yo, if you like well-written, slower type shit,
yeah,
that's the one. That's the
I'm
one.
going to check it out.
For sure, yo. All right, so in terms of the music world, like, do you ever see yourself getting involved, like, the music video side of things?
For sure. I've actually shot a music video before with one of my friends. I mean, it came out pretty decent at the time, but now that I rewatched it, I think, you know, there's a couple of pointers and things I could have done better. But yeah, I definitely do see myself being like hands-on with everything, you know, being on production, video side, maybe even the songwriting side of things. So yeah.
Do you write?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Do you ever see yourself like being a artist, like dropping music consistently, or is it just like something on the side type thing?
I do see myself becoming an artist eventually. It's just depending on where I'm at in life. I feel like production, it can help me get through the door, but maybe being an artist first might help me better than being a producer would be. So
for back to the music video side of things.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of visions for music videos do you have? Like, any concepts that you'd like to share?
Just like real, like raw, like footage, like nothing that's orchestrated, just maybe lifestyle type, you know, footage, like being real and who you are.
On some like documentary type shit?
Documentary, yeah. Like, I think those kind of music videos would be fire. Or just like, you know, just the day in the life of someone, how they actually live their life, you know? I think that's just, you know, storytelling kind of stuff.
Are you a big fan of storytelling type shit? Like in terms of the hip hop side?
50-50, you know, I do like listen, like lyrical stuff. It depends. I feel like, you know, you can have a music video that tells a story, but it doesn't have to be a storytelling kind of, you know, song too. You know, I feel like the song can be the hardest song in the world, but the video can have a deeper meaning, you know, for the whole song itself, you know, than just being a music video where you got, you know, drugs, guns, women, you know. Like,
right.
So
what's something that you utterly hate about producing?
Breaking up publishing.
What you mean by that? Break it down.
Like, you know, sometimes you'll have like, you know, like 5 producers sometimes on a loop, you know, and then you got that one producer's like, yo, I want 10,000 or I want a crazy number, you know what I'm saying? Even though they may have not done anything, you know, on the record. So I feel like it just like, sometimes you got to break a piece of the pie. So not everyone's on the same page, you know what I'm saying? So that sometimes I can get like, you know, very frustrating, you know, trying to clear a record with the artist, you know, so.
What is your overall take with the music industry at the moment? Do you like where it stands, or do you see it in a direction that you're not really vibing with?
I hate it right now, honestly. I think that, you know, there's going to be a change that I'm not sure what will happen, but, you know, there's got to be a shift, you know, where everyone, you know, we're making great music, everyone's getting paid fairly, and we're getting paid what we're worth, you know? If we're not getting paid what we're worth, how are we going to make great music? Right. You know? So I feel like that's where we're at right now. I don't really like it. Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself incorporating like AI or other modern tools into your process?
Yeah, I do. I think to an extent, you know, I feel like not obviously using the whole, like you don't go into AI and just type in the whole thing, claim it's yours, you know, but I feel like, you know, possibly using it for better purposes, you know, finding an idea that you may have never been able to come up with it and then reverse engineering it to make it even better, you know? So I feel like that could be used for a purpose like that, finding a new sound, mixing sounds that, you know, you never thought would be possible.
Okay. So for the dark, you said you make like a lot more like darker like sounding things, right?
Yeah.
So when you say darker, are you thinking more like Suicide Boys type darker, or like what? Describe it more for me.
Yeah. So I'm using like chords, like darker chords. Yeah. Not really so much like Suicide Boys, but like so much more in like, you know, like a Weekend, like Kissland kind of vibes, like that kind of darkness, you know, or just like dark R&B, like just using dark chords.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So specifically the chords then. Is that kind of like your signature, like with producing, is those chords? Do you even have like a signature? I
feel like people see my signature is just like the ambience that it brings, or the vibe that it brings. Like people tell me like, oh, like when someone pulls up a Slade beat, like no, it's a Slade beat. Like you can't really differentiate from something else. Yeah. Okay.
And so do you use a lot of samples, or is everything kind of just like you come up with it?
It's like 50-50. I make my own stuff from scratch, or I'll use like loops that people will send me.
Okay, so if I was an artist watching this video, why should I go with one of your beats over like, you know, some BeatStar shit?
I feel like I'm gonna make something that's one of one for you. You know, I'm not gonna copy paste something from something else. Like, I want to figure out what your sound is and how I can make it the best sound possibly. You know, like just take it to another level than where it's already at.
So then I would imagine that you probably prefer to work with artists like in the studio, like actively rather than like preemptively do it? Or do you usually prefer like, hey, like I want this type of beat and then you sit back and work on it? What do you prefer?
Ideally, I would like to be in the studio with the artist. But sometimes, you know, artists might have an ego where they might not be able to take the criticism, you know, being, have a producer control the session, you know, producing the session. So I feel like, I mean, nowadays, it's kind of harder to find, but if there are artists that are willing to work with me and help bring your vision to light, then I'm open for it.
Okay. You said you had a record with Flo Milli. What was the name of that record?
It's called Ice Baby.
Okay, so break that down. How'd that happen?
So I posted like a loop kit online, and one of my boys had downloaded it, and he like called me out of the blue one day. He's like, "Yo, like we got one with Flo Milli," and I guess he had sent it to someone that was working on her project, and they did the drums together and stuff like that. It was me, my boy Uguay, this guy named Brad Pick, and this guy named Brent.
Okay.
So that's how we got the record. And then paperwork, all that. And it actually came out on my birthday. So it was a pretty good birthday gift to have.
That's what's up, yeah. So what was that record sound like?
It was like a trap record. It was kind of like a skit in a way how they did it. I think I forgot what her name was, like they were doing like a remake of like an MTV Cribs, like Flavor Flav kind of video.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So like that was kind of like a skit, and then it dropped into the song. So
okay. And so Flo Milli, what were you responsible for in that beat? Did you produce the entire thing, or those other guys like collab with it?
I was just primarily responsible for the melody.
Okay.
My boy Uguay had sent me like a MIDI, and then I had like just sauced up the melody from there.
Out now?
Yeah, it's out now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what was that out on?
It's I think it's everywhere. It's the music videos on YouTube.
Okay,
you'll find that there.
What made you want to change your name then? What was it originally?
It was originally Beats by Slade, and I changed it to Slade Hearts. It just sounded something more catchy. You know, at the time, I changed my name just to redo the brand, just new imaging. It just sounded better.
All right, so you was out in Miami in 2020. What was you doing out there?
I was out there. I was with my boy Project X. We was out there on a mission. Was cooking up in the studio in this penthouse. Was in the studio with Southside, going crazy. I got to watch him cook up, and that was just like it was a very special moment to watch one of your idols make a beat and record a song. And I think it was inspiring.
Okay, and then you went in 2021. You went to LA. Was that on the same type of vibe?
Yeah. So me and the gang, we had Project X. We rented this Airbnb in LA, and we had a crazy party there. We had YSL pull up. We had Thug and all of them, and it was just a crazy vibe. Just getting to work with your idols and stuff like that, and just hang around with them. Yeah. Okay,
so tell me about the song Prodigee that you produced.
Yeah, so that's with one of my artists named Gordito Flow. He's currently signed under Kodak Black's management, and he's just the artist I've been working with through these past few years, just trying to develop his sound and grow him as an artist.
Okay, so tell me more about when you was with YSL. Tell me more about that night. What did it look like for you? How did it start? How did it end?
First night we had YSL there, but it wasn't Thug and Gunna and them. It was just mostly Strick and the other members and Lil Gotti. We had a crazy party. So I was at Dr. Dre's, one of his studios, and I get a text yo, there's a party at the crib. And I'm like, what? What do you mean there's a party at the crib? So I'm I'm kind of confused because I left stuff out. I don't even know, so go back to the crib, trying to get into the crib, saying they're yo, you don't live here. I'm I live here. I trust you. I live here. Finally get in, bro, place is packed, and it's just, one of those nights. It was just crazy. And then the next day, Thug and them had pulled up, got to meet them. They were playing pool and stuff like that, just having a good time, just fun. Having fun. We had the studio set up in the kitchen, and my boy Perks there, he was just dancing. He had some 2K on in the background, and we're just having a good time. Just one of those mornings. Woke up probably around 1:00.
Do you do a lot of gaming?
Yeah, here and there, I say for the most part, yeah.
So what kind of games you be fucking with?
I've been playing Rocket League, Call of Duty, 2K, whole nine, just whatever's popular at the moment.
So it's called Smoking with Too Tall. I always ask people, you know, do you smoke?
Sometimes.
Right, so how do you prefer to smoke? You prefer to smoke like blunts, joints, like?
I said if I would, I would do a joint. I'll do a Bob Marley with some Dark Crush.
Dark Crush, what's that? With the
Grabber.
Oh, okay, grab it. All right, yeah. All right, so why do you gravitate towards the Bob Marley papers specifically? I've smoked with them, but why do you fuck with them?
It's just the way they burn. Yeah.
Especially with the grabber too. I feel like it's the Bob Marley ones. It's not like a super thick paper, but it's thicker than like say the raws and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're easy to break, but if you're gentle with it, you know, you can finesse it, then it'll come out beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, so how long you been smoking for?
I mean, it's been on and off for the most part, you know. I just try. I mean, I'm trying to quit right now. It's it's hard these days, you know. But you know, for the most part, just on and off, you know.
Is there any strain that you fuck with?
That's a tough one. I'd say there's this one. I don't know if it was a strain or it was just the packaging. But on the packaging, it said Luigi OG.
Oh shit! Okay,
that shit was probably the best I ever had in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know if it was like a hybrid sativa indica?
I didn't even know. It was when I was in California. I was just living life.
Okay. So I've never been on the West Coast, so put me on to like if I was out on the West Coast, like I gotta go here. Like what would it be?
All right. If you had to go to a food spot, definitely hit up New York Chicken and Gyro.
Okay.
Like they got like the shawarma plates, with the white sauce, all that stuff. Can't go wrong, and it's cheap. The taco trucks out there. Can't go wrong with those. Definitely got to hit up the studios. The studio deals out on the West Coast are way, way better than the East Coast.
That's what I keep hearing. I heard like $200 for like a 12-hour one time.
You can get $200 for 12 hours. I even seen some for 24.
That's crazy.
They're just trying to make money. So I feel like we need to bring that kind of pricing over here because I feel like if the pricing like that was over on the West Coast, there'd be more creatives. I feel like creating over here.
Why is the price difference so like crazy compared to?
I feel like the market's more saturated. Oh, okay. So when people think of like Los Angeles, like that's like the hub for anything media, like, music and movies. So I feel like, they have so much a surplus of studios that they'll take anything that comes in. There's a lot of tourism that comes in. So $200 for 12 hours, that's, what I'm saying? That's an extra $200 they didn't have yesterday.
Right.
So every day over there, that studio will be booked out eventually,
Yeah. So how would you go about getting that type of market over here? Like, what do you think are some of the steps that could be taken?
I think we need, investors, because it takes money to make money, for sure. And I feel like we need, we need some of these creatives to come out of their shell a little bit and start, getting into these studios, and just creating, don't be afraid of what, we have to, offer. I feel like everyone's all ears nowadays, and why not, right?
All right, so you mentioned like euros. Like, how do you typically eat? Like, what's your lifestyle?
What's my lifestyle? I say definitely like rice and chicken, with some beans, pasta, marry me pasta, broccoli chicken Alfredo type deal.
What kind of rice you be fucking with?
Rice, I like the like Spanish rice, like the with the sazon on it and stuff like that, sofrito. Okay, yeah. That should be hit.
All right, so. What are some food spots then out here on the East Coast that you fuck with? All
right. Oh, definitely, man. If you're in Manchester, definitely got to hit up USA Chicken and Biscuit for sure. That's the go-to spot. Got to get the spot. Mixed all the way, fries on top. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to get it done. At least. I actually used to work there at one point too, and I tell you, I see people coming in 2-3 times a day just to get the same thing. I'm like, hey, I don't blame them. That shit's like crack,
What about, so I see a lot of like Miami pictures here. Like, what about in Florida and shit? What about food spots out there?
Food spots out there? Oh, man. I mean, there's so many. There's one spot called Kevin's Market.
Okay.
It's like a smoothie place. And they have like these bowls too, like I don't even know if I'm saying this right, acai bowls or whatever.
Oh, the acai
bowls, the fruit bowls. So them shits be hitting. The studios over there, like I said, they got better pricing than they do over here for sure. I mean, they're kind of expensive if you go more South Miami, but I feel like those pricings could be better too.
Do you play any instruments?
I wish I could.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn piano right now, but I used to play violin when I was a kid.
Oh, you used to play violin?
Yeah. I don't remember that anything now. Eventually, I want to get back into it. You know, it's just a lost form of art.
Are you big into cars? Is this your whip?
No, that's not my car. That's a car we had rented out. It was a Lamborghini Huracan.
Okay.
That was pretty cool driving that in LA. Definitely got a lot of attention.
And so, who ended up making that Slade chain?
It's my boy. He's from New Zealand. His jewelry is called Fug Jewelry. What's a crazy name, but his name's Fug Jewelry. And basically, I saw he did one of my boy's pieces, and this is the first time ever working like with diamonds and stuff like this. So I gave him a shot. He gave me a pretty good deal too. So because he's new, so I'm alright. And that's how this piece came about.
Okay, what?
The VS1 on there, you know. So I'll wear it to like the studio if I'm going out, but if I'm going grocery shopping, not gonna see me this time. Like, if I have to get another piece of jewelry, I definitely want to get some grills. Just bust them down 10 on 10s, you know.
What attracts? What's the grills for you? Like, what attracts you to a grill?
I think like it's like a different type of presence, you know. I feel like, you know, when someone's got a grill in, like, be shining, bro. I don't know. Like, I want my teeth to be shining like that too. Like,
you fuck with anime at all? Nah, he said nah.
Maybe like a Gilby film, but
he said a Gilby film. What's that?
It's like this film company studio that does like these like story like anime movies or some shit like that. But like the production is insane. Like I think they were famous like in the 90s or something like that. But I don't really be watching that shit now. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I peeped your YouTube channel. I seen that you got like a bunch of beats and shit on there.
Yeah.
So are those beats for sale, or is that just like a portfolio type of thing?
Those beats are for sale. I just post them on there, just, you know, part of the type beat game. Just posting on there. Maybe an artist will hop on them. Maybe an artist will buy them, just to get some more recognition. Is that girls that you know, or is that just like a bunch of random pictures from like online? Oh no, just from Tumblr. Like I just use for the thumbnails, clickbait, you know. Okay, yeah. And the clickbait, those motherfuckers. Like, I see a baddie on there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna click on that one right there, you know. All right, so since I couldn't pull open your Twitter, what's an incentive to go to your Twitter? What are you tweeting about? Random shit, you know. I think I talked about like that Farah movie recently. It was pretty inspiring. I just be posting like little tweets, little thoughts here and there, you know, nothing too crazy. Like, I don't really be on there too often, but if I do, just might post something and repost something. Yeah. Your Twitter's vicious anyways. Like, I don't be on it at all. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's good to get information sometimes, you know, but it gets crazy on there. I just, you know, I try to stay off social media, if anything. You know? Yeah, same here, honestly. Yeah. Is Twitter like a good spot for like information like that? Like, I feel like sometimes, I mean, I feel like a good spot really is like, you know, like Reddit or stuff like that, or like Discord. Yeah. I feel like that's a good place where producers need to be on. You know, that's how I feel like I got like my connections where I am now. I started the Project X Discord like I think like 4 years ago or so. And we built it up over to like 4,000 members. And, you know, it's just going to keep getting bigger from there. Is that the primary way that you have like connected and like met artists and shit? Is through that Discord? Or I've met other producers. I haven't really met too many artists on there. But I feel like, I think mostly through these years, you'll start to see probably artists start to gravitate toward it. But right now it's saturated with producers, and we're just on there learning, taking inspiration from each other, collaborating, and just, you know, going crazy. So then what platforms have you like met artists through? I'd say mostly through Instagram. Okay. That's where I met most of my artists. And I'll repost a couple of my beats on there. You know, I think if you get a little motion, you know, it's easy to hit up an artist on DM. Every once in a while, you know, the artist might have their DM open on Twitter. You might be able to send them a DM, because sometimes, you know, Instagram will only let you send one message if you're like your first time interacting with them. So I feel like, you know, just try to leverage what you can, or if not, email. So if there's so many producers on Discord, and you're saying that you met most of the artists through Instagram, what is like the intersection? Like how do you see like there being like some kind of way where we can move the artists or the people from Discord into like some unifying thing? You know, like platform? Yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, there's artists on. I feel like most artists on Discord are probably producers too. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like the producers are definitely on Instagram for sure. You know, I feel like the artists need to be hanging out where the producers are to find a new sound. Right. So if all the producers are on Discord, then maybe the artist should hop on Discord and start finding producers to find a new sound, to find a new wave, to, you know, make something that's life-changing.
That's a really fair point. Like, a lot of these artists are probably just, you know, spitting into the booth, and then the engineer is looking at it on his computer, and then, you know, it's getting sent to his email, and then he might just upload it from the email, and he might not even send it out to get mixed and mastered from that point. So the artists probably aren't even like on Discord like at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, they have it on your phone as well. I mean, it's kind of like Clubhouse back in the days, right? You could just join a VC call, a voice chat call, and you could talk to people, you know. I mean, every day, at least for in the X server, there's people in there engaging. You know, we see a couple artists here and there. I mean, it just really depends. Like, you can either go on your phone, on your laptop, but I feel like it's very user friendly now. It wasn't really so much like a few years ago, but I feel like now it's like there should be now more music being made through this platform.
Okay, so we gonna wrap it up here. You know what I'm saying? So drop your socials.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Slade Hearts. It's common spelling, it's kind of like Chrome Hearts, but Slade. I'll give a shout out to there's a company called Artist Connect. It's a platform where you can send other producers loops and stuff like that, or ideas, without having to like send it to their email, because most of the time my emails are full.
Right.
So this platform makes it easier for producers to just collaborate and work.
All right, word. Yeah. I fought with the motion. I fought with the vision. You know what I'm saying? Follow him. And uplift yourself. I got new songs coming out. I got songs already out. You know what I'm saying? Tap in.